Where the wolds of Leicestershire peter out, the flatlands of the fens begin. At one time, every true Lincolnshire countryman kept alongside the cows a pig or two, and the bigger it waxed, the better. The curly coats and large black crosses were fed on whey and barley meal and Lincoln potatoes until their huge carcasses were upholstered in fat. So with meat like that, you needed something to soak up the greasiness, a function that parsley performs very well. And it's the chopping of parsley that heralds the preparation of stuffed chine. It's a complicated dish made each October by Jonquil and Alan Gilbert.
Well, the chine is the joint from the pig taken from between the shoulders, just behind the head. And it used to go very dry in the old days when they had them hanging up in the kitchen, and it didn't eat particularly well. So they had this idea that it was stuffed with herbs and all sorts of things in the old days, and then it just became parsley that was put in. And that is something that has just carried on. And the pig has to be cut when it is killed, either side of the backbone, instead of cutting it straight down the centre. And the joint, either side of the backbone, is the chine. But you do really need a large pig. The smaller pigs that are used today for pork are not really suitable to make a chine. You don't get enough meat on the bone.
Now I'm going to stuff the parsley into this, opening each section of the meat and making sure that it's well stuffed in. Surprising really how much you can get into one piece. It seems to disappear to nowhere. I'm going to go right along to the end of this, stuffing in the parsley, making sure it goes right down to the bottom because it really is a long way down there. I must get into the fat. There's not an awful lot of fat on this chine, but it is most important when you have a chine with a lot of fat on to fill the fat, because it does help whoever is eating that at the time. It makes it look so nice when it's being carved as well. Now that's the chine stuffed both sides. As you can see, all the parsley has disappeared. And now I'm going to put it into the bag, ready for boiling. 20 minutes to the pound, weighing 11, well, over 11, just over 11 pounds. I'm going to boil it for 3.5 hours. And it will want, when it comes out of the pot, I will leave it to cool all night and not touch it until the following day, till it is well set. And after then it will be all ready for the feast.
When the joint is cold, it's sliced at right angles to the slits to produce symmetrical strips of succulent meat marbled with veins of dark green parsley. To be invited to a stuffed chine feast in someone's home is to taste a treat you'll seldom find in hotels or restaurants. The meat should be sprinkled with malt vinegar and served with pickled samphire, the seaside asparagus that grows wild on the mudflats of the east coast.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Alan.
In the old days, when I was a kid, everyone killed a pig in about February, or 2 pigs in February.
Yeah, everybody in the bloody village.
Yes, we always walked them down to Edward Piers's to have them killed.
No, we don't, not Edward Pierce.
Well, we did.
Not Edward.
Albert, I beg your pardon, Albert, Edward's father. We used to walk them down there to have them killed on a Monday, every Monday, during January and February.
I had one every year.
Go on. And then, obviously, we got the pig back with everything belonging to it. And we used to swap house. I mean, these ladies used to swap houses, go and make pork pies here, pork pies there, fries here, fries there, scratchings, which was the lard which was rendered down to make scratchings, which were beautiful, tiny little bits with salt and vinegar on. You know this.
And brawn.
And brawn.
Everything.
Everything that appertaining to a pig. People used to swap round and make each other's, you know, and you used to finish up with a pantry full of pork pies and give them away to somebody else who then, when they killed theirs, they gave them back to you.